I'm Pat Flynn, and I want to teach you the kettlebell snatch. The kettlebell snatch, often referred to as the czar of kettlebell lifts, is a superior conditioning and power exercise used to strengthen the posterior chain, the hamstrings, the butt, and the lower back. In essence, the kettlebell snatch is a swing that ends overhead. So here's what a kettlebell snatch should look like. The kettlebell snatch starts with a strong hike pass, just like a kettlebell swing. From there, the hips snap to generate force. Now here's the key. As the kettlebell goes out, you want to draw your elbow back to redirect the force up and finish in a strong, locked out position overhead. And here's what a kettlebell snatch should not look like. Notice the kettlebell is arcing wildly away from Melissa, and then at the top, the kettlebell is flopping over and crashing into her forearms. This is a wildly inefficient pattern for the exercise, so let's get on to a few progressions to make sure this doesn't happen. The first progression is called the high pull. The key here is to learn to redirect the force of the kettlebell. The kettlebell wants to go out. Your job is to make it go up. So we're going to do that by performing a one-arm swing and then imagining that we're trying to elbow someone behind us in the face. The next progression is the top-down kettlebell snatch. What this teaches us is not only how to catch the kettlebell with the hips to pull it back into the backswing, but also how to transition the kettlebell on and off the forearm as smoothly as possible. The key here is to imagine that you're throwing the kettlebell straight down into your stomach like an overhand softball throw, and then moving your hips out of the way at the last second. Think as if you're playing chicken with your zipper. Okay, now to put it all together. So let's combine these two progressions to perform a complete kettlebell snatch. Remember to use a high pull motion to tame the arc on the way up, and then on the way down, throw the kettlebell aggressively towards your stomach to keep the movement as efficient as possible. So here's one last practice tip. The kettlebell snatch, like the kettlebell clean, takes a lot of reps until you really start to get it right. You're also thinking about a lot as you're performing this exercise. So you want to make sure that you constantly go back to the one-arm swing and the high pull to make sure that the exercise stays consistent, meaning it's a hip hinge and you're taming the arc. It's sometimes easy to lose the fundamental patterns when you're thinking about the nuances, like how the kettlebell transitions onto the forearm and catching the kettlebell with your hips, etc. So I recommend throwing this exercise into some type of complex where you perform a certain amount of swings, then high pulls, and finally working all the way up to the kettlebell snatch. Folks, I hope these progressions have been helpful to you. Be sure to share with both of your friends, and we'll see you on the next episode. Strong on.